get ready, shall we? Okay, nothing better than going live and you haven't really prepared yourself. But right, hello everyone. I think we're ready. So, welcome to this episode of the A to Z of Manifesting. My name is Lois. I'm a mindset, manifestation, and empowerment coach. And I decided to do this series a while ago to help people understand what manifesting is, what all these key terms and phrases that come up mean, and just to kind of clarify a few things, because there's a lot of crap on the internet about manifesting. There's a lot of people teaching things that are not accurate. And I myself have been studying, learning, mastering manifesting for probably the best part of 4 or 5 years. But myself, like every one of you, have been doing it our whole lives. We just didn't realize we were doing it. And so I have spent the best part of the last 5 years literally using myself as a guinea pig, trialing and testing all the techniques, all the affirmations, all the ways that people have told you. I have researched coaches. I've researched various, I guess what you would call gurus of manifesting. From Neville Goddard to Nadine Zealand to Abraham Hicks. And I have come up with my own system, which, as I say, I've tried and tested, and I've coached other people on it. And I'm proud to say it works 100% of the time. Now, there are always caveats to that, because people always think manifesting is like some magic trick and you get instant results. And if it doesn't work right away, something's not working. And the key thing that people have to understand about manifesting is when it's not performative. It's about who you are. It's about your choices. It's your decisions. It's your mindset. It's your energy. It is your aligned actions. It is you as a limitless soul having a human experience, existing in the world, and it is your consciousness. It is understanding what consciousness is and how we use it. Because most of us have been living basically asleep. We've been sleepwalking our whole lives, doing things, saying things, behaving in certain ways, acting from wounds, acting from trauma. And we were just unconsciously aware of what we were doing. The point of manifesting is it helps you to focus your mind. It helps you to become a conscious manifester, which means that you are more concentrated and more focused in your thoughts and your desires. And it's a journey. Not everybody gets there straight away, but I guarantee you, you have been having 100% results your whole life. It's just that most of us have been manifesting a lot of the things we don't want, or we've been manifesting mixed results. So I've got plenty of videos on my channel. I would say go and take a look at those. If there's anything on there that will help, they're all free. I've just started a membership. I did mention on another video that I have memberships. Now, the pricing has changed, and the membership offer has changed because I've had to review everything that's involved in it. So I've actually tweaked it on the website. I'm much happier with it now. And I think it's much clearer for you guys. So you know exactly what you're getting. You know exactly what the price is. There is a special offer still on the Membership Mastery Excel version. I am in the process of adding resources and information and meditations and guides and rampages and all these resources that I want to get on that website for you guys to actually access. Now, in the meantime, obviously you have access to the YouTube videos, but please be patient with me while I get this done, because it is very time consuming. And me with my ADHD, I can spend an entire day going hell for leather doing this, and then I burn out. So I just wanted to get that out the way first, because I've had a massive burnout this week where I was just going and going and going, and I didn't take a break. And as a result, yeah, kind of overdid it slightly. So I don't want to be doing that on a repeated basis. But just to summarize, the basic membership, you get access to all the resources and all the information on there. There will be online courses available. So it's quite a basic standard thing if you just want to get access to things like that. Then on the Excel version, you get access to all the resources, but you also get offers and discounts on the online courses, on any retreats and masterclasses that I run online or in person. And you also get a 30-minute coaching call with me every month. Plus, we have group coaching calls every fortnight. They will be on a Wednesday evening. Oh, bear with me a second. I just need to... Battery was about to die. Let's just check that this is working. And we're good again. So with that out the way, let's get on. Right. So we're going to combine. Now, I've been doing these one letter at a time, but I'm actually combining J and K this week because there's not actually that many numbers. There's not that many letters. Now, one of them is probably going to be quite triggering and perhaps a little divisive. We'll see when you get there. But I think it's important to talk about because it is very key to manifesting. And when I get to it, I'll explain why. One thing I will also say, I have been working on retreats that I've been running, and I have been doing one that is purely for women. I am actually going to open this retreat now to everybody. So it's not just a women's only retreat. Because I've had a lot of men asking me if they can go or if I will do one. So I've just decided that the retreat that I was running on the 3rd of July will now be open to everyone, men and women. You can bring your partners along. They don't have to take part. There is a special discount for people who want to come along and stay and enjoy the facilities, enjoy the grounds, have a nice little breakaway, but they don't have to partake in any of the actual activities, the workshops, masterclasses, and the challenges that we'll be doing. But yeah, so you can bring partners with you. So I will be updating details on that, and I'll be posting that on the channel as well. So I think that's all the updates done with. Let's crack on. So I'm going to start with J. First one is judgment. Judgment is actually very important in manifesting because, I mean, it's something that we do all the time. We judge ourselves, we judge other people. And I think it's just a bit of a natural human thing, isn't it? It's like comparison. You know, we look at things we don't have. We look at what other people are doing. You know, we question other people's choices. We question what they do. We judge ourselves every time we make a mistake or every time we think or feel something. The thing about judgment is when it's kind of used correctly, I can't even speak today. When judgment is used correctly, it acts like a mirror to us, because usually whatever we judge in other people, it is because we see something in them that we potentially don't like about ourselves or feel like perhaps we are lacking in our lives or in ourselves. And I know this has been true for me. Even recently, I have seen other people running retreats. I've seen other people doing workshops. I've seen other people doing similar things to me. And sometimes I've sat there and I've gone, my retreat's just as good as theirs. Why, you know, I don't see anything special about that. And, oh, I wouldn't do it this way. And, oh, that's unusual. I don't think that's kind of the best way to go about it. Even in marketing, even in just general day-to-day life, we do it when we look at someone. We're like, oh, I wouldn't have worn my hair like that. I wouldn't have put the outfit together. And it goes deeper than just surface level observation, because I discovered that all these things that I was judging in other people were things that either were going on inside of me. Like I used to judge somebody about the fact that they kept avoiding certain things and they wouldn't take action, and they they kept sort of holding back. And then I realized that was me. I was also doing that. So what I was noticing in this other person was actually going on in me. And as I say, what I recognize about these people running these retreats, the things that I may be judging about them are the insecurities I have about myself. And when you use judgment in that way, it's powerful because it adds reflection. It allows you to recognize, oh, hang on. Why am I judging this person? Why am I judging this group? Why am I judging this event, this circumstance? What am I judging and why am I judging it? And when you notice that, you can turn it inward into yourself and figure out, well, hang on, is there any truth in that for me? You know, when you judge maybe the way someone dresses, is it because you don't feel confident or you don't like the way you dress? When you judge someone's decisions, is it because you actually think that they're quite brave in what they're doing and you know that you don't actually make decisions that are good for you? Or, you know, you judge someone for being avoidant or dismissive. Is it because you're maybe avoiding things and you're dismissing things? There's always a mirroring somewhere. I guarantee you. Always. So if you use judgment correctly, it acts as a bit of a compass, a guidepost to see where things are not in alignment with yourself, to see where you're off. And you can use that to your advantage, because then when you see it for what it is and you go, oh, do you know what? It's actually me that's avoiding, or it's actually me that's not confident in the way that I look, or it's me that's feeling insecure about money. And then you can address it, because once you see it, then you can face it, and then you can address it, and then you can change it. The thing you don't want to be doing with judgment is becoming, I want to say pompous, but almost like looking down your nose at people, or even just being super critical of yourself and other people, because everybody's on a different journey. Everybody's got their own unique path. Your way of doing things is not the same as someone else's. Your time frame, your choices, your path, all of it is unique to you. No one gets to tell you what to do, and you don't have the right to tell anybody else what to do. We can always advise, we can always guide, we can always share from experience, but ultimately everybody's choice is their own. And so using judgment in a way that is demeaning to people, derogatory, causes us to just become so consumed in negativity. When it turns into jealousy and envy, that is destructive. That is not empowering. That is giving all your power away. That is literally falling into the worst habits that you can imagine. It's really hard to pull yourself out of that. So I suggest using judgment in the first way I described. Use it as reflection. The next one is joy. We always say, follow your joy. Why do we want to follow our joy? Well, for one thing, because it's better than following your bloody misery, isn't it? No one wants to follow the misery. Following your joy simply means do the things that light you up. Do the things you're passionate about. Do the things you love. Go to the places that you enjoy. Be with the people that make you feel good. Choose different decisions. Do things. Be someone. Say things. Act away. Become everything that lights you up. So if you've got a passion for knitting, go freaking pursue that passion for knitting. Go and knit till you can't knit anymore. If you have a passion for travel, do it. There's always a way, but we make a lot of excuses as to why we can't. So we have to cut that bullshit out. Stop telling ourselves things aren't possible, that it's never going to happen. Just follow the things that make you happy. Even if it's like going for a walk in your lunch break, whether it's sitting at home with your cat on a weekend, whether it's reading a book, whether it's joining a yoga class, where, you know, it doesn't freaking matter. But so many of us deny ourselves joy. We deny ourselves good things. Some of us believe we don't deserve it. Some of us will say we don't have time for it. And in this day and age, it's becoming even more essential, because we're like fucking caged animals. We're like lab rats. being fed shit food, being forced to work certain hours, being literally scrutinized from every single corner of the planet. Well, as if you believe there's corners in the planet, but we're literally bombarded all day long by people's social media, society, opinions from everything of how we should be living our life and what we should be doing. And the walls are just closing in further and further and further. We're getting squeezed out of our true natural self. And the fastest way to manifest, the fastest way to get yourself in alignment is following your joy. Now, even if you're starting a business and you're thinking, I want to start a business, start exploring the things you enjoy, because generally what you enjoy doing, you're either already good at or you're going to get good at it because you enjoy it. And whatever you enjoy and whatever you're really good at, you can make a business out of it. Because if you enjoy it and you're really good at it, there will also be people like you who also enjoy it and also want to get good at it. So you're either going to be teaching people how to do it, you're going to be sharing what you're doing, and other people get to enjoy it that way. There's loads of avenues. That's why I do what I do here. It's why I became a florist, because I love being creative. I love helping people. I love being part of a community. And it brings me joy when I can see the results, when I've coached people with manifesting, when I can see the change in their entire being, when I just see the joy and the relief and it's just nothing like it. It's just nothing like it at all. I just adore it. So, third one on the J, and this is the last one on the J's I'm going to talk about. This is the divisive one. Jesus. And I say that's divisive because anybody that's not religious is going to hear that and switch off. Please don't. Hear me out. In terms of manifesting, Jesus was the master manifester. Now, he wasn't the first. There is the missing years of Jesus where he went traveling. And not a lot is documented about it, but there are snippets that refer to him going to India and various other places where he learned from other people about manifestation practices, about consciousness, and he brought those teachings back with him. So when you actually go through the scriptures, Neville Goddard is a good one for sort of breaking it down. But one of the key things that Jesus always preached, taught, was what you believe, you shall receive. Or, what was the other one? Ask and it is given. It is given, not ask and it shall be given. Sometimes misconstrued. Ask and it is given. And it's when he talks about trust in God and have faith in God, it is not about some beardy man on a cloud. It is not some separate entity. God is consciousness. It is the all that is. God exists within every person because God is the power of manifestation. That's what Jesus was talking about. That's what he was trying to teach people, is that everybody has the power to create. That is the purpose of creation. That's why they refer to God creating the world in 7 days. And when he created it in 6 days, and on the 7th day, he rested. The Sabbath is that being state where you've had the desire, you've had the thoughts, you've taken the aligned action, and then you let it unfold. Then you rest in the knowing that it is unfolding. It is yours. It is done. All creation is done already. You're just simply selecting and choosing what it is that you want to experience, what it is that you want to manifest in your life. And as I say, manifesting is simply making the unseen seen, making desires real, bringing what is out in consciousness into a real, tangible, physical thing. So it's not magic. And Jesus was one of the very first to make this publicly known. That's all he was trying to do. So it's not a religious thing. It's obviously it's been taken out of context, and I won't go into it because my beliefs about it are my own. You have to make up your own mind. But obviously the churches and things like that really did abuse the teachings, and some people went a little bit crazy with it, and it was used to control and manipulate people. But the actual teachings of Jesus, the actual spiritual element, is all about consciousness. It's all about creating. It's all about desire. It is simply deciding, this is a desire of mine, therefore it already exists, because I couldn't desire it if it didn't exist. Therefore, it means it is already done, and all I need to do is be and embody the person who feels and acts and knows that that exists. Like we say, if you're sat now in your house, you don't desire a house because you already live in one. You don't sit there going, I wish I had clothes on, when you're already wearing clothes, because you know you're wearing clothes. It is that state that you need to get in your consciousness. So I would encourage people to do a bit of research on Jesus and his teachings and the truth of it. So I'll leave that one with you. Now, if you're still here, let's go on to the K's. So the first one is knowing, and I've just mentioned this. People say, like, oh, how do you know this? And, how do I know? How do I trust? Your intuition is a good one. That feeling that you get. Have you ever had deja vu where you go, oh, I feel like I've done this before? Have you ever had moments where you thought to yourself about something and then it happened and you go, I knew that was going to happen. I knew if I put that glass there, it was going to fall over. I knew if I didn't buy that item of clothing, it was going to disappear. I knew if I didn't say something, I was going to get in trouble. I knew if I did X, Y, Z, this was going to happen. And it bloody did. I knew it. I told you, didn't I? I knew it. Everybody's had those moments. That's knowing. You know, when you have that real I just know it. I can't explain it. Don't know, but I just know. That's what it is. Now, people think that it's like a psychic thing. Like, I knew it because I could predict the future. That's manifesting. When you know something into being, it's because you are in alignment with that thought, that belief, that experience. You can just sense it and you create it and you make it real. Because when you thought it hadn't happened. It wasn't real. Then you manifested it. It became real. It became alive in your consciousness. So that's what the knowing is. Now, this is what I want you to do. Obviously, don't force it, but the next time you just sense something, it could be you just knew what someone was going to say next. You just have this feeling, you just know what's going to happen later. Oh, you just know that person's going to ring you. You just know something. I want you to observe, where do you feel it in your body? What sensation is it? What does it feel like? Get really familiar with the little signals that come up. Get familiar with your intuition if you're not familiar with it already. And then you can learn to trust it. And then you can learn to play with it. And this is really important in manifestation, is not to take things seriously. It should be playful. It should be fun. Again, following your joy. But people get very hung up. They get hung up on techniques. They get hung up on affirmations. They get hung up on doing it properly. But as I say, we're manifesting all the time anyway. So it's about choosing what you want to decide and what you want to know. So when it comes to the knowing, when you feel something in you and you're just like, I just know that that's for me. That is all you need. Trust in that knowing. And just allow the unfolding of it. It's easy to doubt. It's easy to wobble. But It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect your manifestation. So many people are out there like doing videos saying, oh, this will block it. This is why you haven't manifested. You need to clear this. You need to heal this. You need to do this. You are perfect as you are. Life experience has taught you that you're not. You are perfect and whole and complete as you are. You do not need anyone or anything to make you perfect and whole. You already are. The moment you were created, you were already perfect. But life experiences tend to fuck us up a little bit. You know, I've gone through plenty of traumatic experiences and I've come out the other side of it. I am literally living proof of somebody who has gone through some of the worst, most disgusting, horrible things. And I've managed to come out the other side of it. Doesn't mean I'm not triggered. It doesn't mean I don't still have little wobbles and insecurities. It doesn't mean I don't overthink and all of those things. It just means that I have mastered the tools on how to maintain, manage, overcome, push through, and live in spite of it, because I know that it doesn't matter. There is no money block. There is no love block. There is no abundance block. Because I want you to put it this way. If you can have an abundance of negative thoughts, then you have abundance. If you can believe that money is scarce and money is hard to come by, then you have to have the awareness that money is also in abundance, is available, is easy to come by, because there are people out there who have it. So you can't believe that money is hard and difficult to come by for you, but it's easy for everybody else. Why? Simply because of your belief system, because of your perception, because of whatever else is going on in your mind. But nothing is standing in your way except for you. Nothing. Everything is open to everybody. Everybody. This, and I'll tell you why, because people always say, why do good things happen to bad people and why do bad things happen to good people? It's not about whether you're good. You don't get credit points from the universe, from consciousness, from being good, from being holier than thou, from, being amazing. And you don't get docked points for being evil, wicked, and an asshole. You get what you decide and what you know and what you believe you want. That is why bad people are able to create wealth and have abundance, because they decided, this is mine. I'm going to have this. Nothing is going to stop me. You look at most millionaires, billionaires, people like that. Their mindset is wired different. They overcome so much. They never give up. They don't quit. They keep persevering. Nothing is failure. It's just another piece of learning. They don't listen to what other people tell them. They don't take no for an answer. They just keep going, 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 going. They have that driven, like, tunnel vision mindset. And I would say a lot of these people are probably very autistic, ADHD, Asperger's. They have that mindset. And it doesn't make them, I'm not saying that all these people are wicked, but I'm just saying that there's power in that. So if you want something, if you are so damn certain that it's for you and you're going to make it happen no matter what, then it will happen no matter what, because that's your belief and that is your decision. And so it will manifest. It might manifest quickly, it might take years, but it will manifest. So just the same as good people can have shitty thoughts, and guess what? Those shitty thoughts will manifest. You could be an amazing person, but if you have awareness, or maybe not awareness, in your consciousness that you're terrified of getting sick, you're terrified of your partner cheating on you. I'm sure you've heard it before. A lot of great people get very sick. A lot of great people get cheated on. And it's also illness and sickness is a form of trauma that's stored in our body, because again, it's a form of energy. And if you're not releasing energy, good or bad, doesn't matter. If you're not releasing that energy and you're storing it and suppressing it in your body, it's going to go inwards. Energy will disrupt your cells. And if it's negative energy, it's going to cause harm within you. I know, because I had a chronic illness for about 14 years. I was diagnosed with ME. I wasn't really ill. My body was just attacking itself because of the trauma that I'd been suppressing for so many years. And I'll tell you what, once I started getting counseling and I started to release that guilt, the shame, the pain, the suffering, once I started to release it more and more, that chronic illness just went. And when I made some very specific choices 4 years ago, my whole physical health changed. I lost weight instantly. I lost 2 stone in 6 months. I got healthier than I'd ever been. I very rarely ever get sick. And if I do, it's usually just like a few shivery moments for about 24 hours. I haven't been ill for years. Never got COVID. I just, yeah. I mean, I've had a recent injury. Doesn't mean I'm not infallible. I'm not invincible. But the more I pour positive energy within, the more I release and I move the body, the better. So that leads me on to the next one, which is kindness. A lot of us are not kind to ourselves, and you bloody should be, because you're an amazing individual. So kindness is very important. It is a wonderful energy to project. It's wonderful energy to give yourself. So please start being kinder to yourself. And the reason this helps in manifestation is because of the energy that it provides around you. And the kinder you are to yourself, the more loving you are to yourself, the kinder you are to others. Whoa, that shit's magnetic. That shit's attractive. That kind of energy has the power to move mountains. That kind of energy has the power to make miracles happen. And also makes you feel good. They've done studies on this, that an act of kindness can actually be measured. It can be felt. And witnessing an act of kindness has almost the exact same effect as receiving the kind act or giving the kind act. So the kinder we are to ourselves and the kinder we are to others, people around us, that energy is so fucking powerful. And I would urge you to go and play with it. Spend a week being kind to yourself, following your joy, doing things that make you happy, being kind to others, opening doors, saying good morning, saying thank you more often, complimenting someone out of the blue, just like, love what you're wearing today, telling someone they've done a really good job, telling your partner how much you appreciate them, buying them a little gift, doing something nice for them, spending time with your kids, letting your kids know how great they really are, how proud you are of them. More importantly, telling them how proud they must be of themselves for who they are. Go and do that for a week. Then come back and tell me that your life didn't fucking change, didn't improve for the better. It's not a coincidence. I'm telling you, this stuff works. So kindness is very important in manifesting. The last one, you're going to love this one. Karma. People talk about this and they say, oh, I've got all this karma I need to release, and this person will get their karma and stuff like that. There's karma and dharma. Karma is a lesson, and dharma is kind of like the reward. It's not really accurate, but that's one way to look at it. So karma, it's not like this, big bad doom thing. But again, it's like I was saying with the kindness. It's what you project, what you put out, what you give to the world will be reflected back to you. So if you are somebody that does harm, you don't have to wish that harm on that person. Like we always say, they'll get their karma. We should never wish harm on anybody. It doesn't matter how wicked and cruel and evil they are, because that shit comes back to you. So as they say, when you point the finger, there's always 4 pointing back at you. So what you put out comes back. Just remember that. So if anyone does you wrong, you can just say to yourself, don't matter. Karma will deal with it. I don't need to deal with it. And I guarantee you, whenever you speak to someone, something's happened. If something's bad's been going in their life, but they've been able to push through and they've stayed kind and they've stayed humble and they've stayed good, it comes back around. The goodness comes back to them in droves. And if you're someone who's not been very nice and things like that, you'll find things like things start going wrong. You start losing money. It doesn't happen like for like. You just suddenly notice that either life starts to improve or life starts to get a little bit difficult. And karma is just balance. Everything in the universe is about balance. The balance in universe has to match. There has to be this constant sway. It's all about getting it level, getting it in the right flow. So when it goes too far one way, it's got to go back the other way. There's always that little pendulum swing. So don't ever wish ill on anyone, because it will come and bite you on the ass. I know from personal experience. And all karma is just balancing. So if you feel like you've been handed a shitty stick, if you feel like life has been tough, if you feel like things have been really just dragging you down lately, just know that when you can shift your energy, when you can still push through regardless, when you can still be kind, compassionate, follow your joy, find reasons to be grateful, you can turn that around very, very quickly. And that concludes this episode of the A to Z of Manifesting. That was J and K. I hope this has been helpful. This has probably been the shortest one. It's probably been the shortest one because I haven't got Chris on here chatting to me. So hopefully, Chris, if you catch this later on, catch up. Hello, I hope you're well. Yes, I will be back with more episodes. Just to let you know, though, I am going traveling around Scotland in a couple of weeks' time. And I may not be available next Sunday to do a live. So if that's the case, I will put a little post on here. So I may be doing it a week Monday. But I will update you and let you know. And then, yes, I go up to Scotland beginning of May. And I will be on my way there. I will also like to point out I am running a free masterclass on Facebook. I have a private group on Facebook. So I will put a link in the description box below. If you would like to join the masterclass, it is a manifestation masterclass where I'm going to go through a pretty straightforward guide of manifesting. I'll go through, explain what manifesting is, kind of dispel some of the myths about it. We'll go through a very simple structure of helping you get clear on manifestation and how to implement it. And then it'll be free for a Q&A for people to ask me anything to do with manifesting. So it could be something specific in your life, or it could just be general. And that will be, that will be on the 30th of April. So that's next week. So if you'd like to join that, get onto the Facebook group, join. It's a private group, so you need to join to be able to access the live showing of it. It will be, I think it's 7:00 on the 30th. But yeah, go in, join the group. Links below in the description box. I'll pin it in the description box. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you there. So with that all said and done, that's enough waffling from me. I will catch you on the next one. Take care and be well. See you soon, peeps.